I'll keep this brief because I do a half hour on this lots of times when people are playing along. But my method books, which is a large book in 3 parts, each part has a warm up in the beginning that's the same, because we decided to divide the thick book up into folios that were more manageable. And my new concepts book has a similar warm up. I changed it a little bit, just the material, because why print the 4th time the same thing. The elements are the same though. And one of the points I'd like to emphasize is warming up always helps you, it never hurts you. And I warm up whenever I always warm up every day. I mean, there's situations once in a while where you travel really far and the plane is late and you jump in the taxi and they grab you and you run into rehearsal and you have 3 minutes and you just figure out how to do it. Those are the moments when your consistent practicing and warm up have paid off. And being consistent is probably the most important thing for a trumpet player. Many walks of life actually, but you know, if you're a player that can be relied on to be consistent, you're very desirable to have in a group or to use as a musician. So back to the warm-up. I just simply use 4 elements. One is I play the mouthpiece. You can use arpeggios, you can play along with the piano, you can slide. I don't try to go too high and I go very low, and even to the point where, you know, it's pedal tone kind of below range. The second thing is mixed articulations, where I do legato flowing notes and marcato notes with a fatness to them, with the idea of getting flexible and loose here, but also a flow of air. The next thing is, I call them smooth tones now. I used to call them long tones. So my first book says long tones and my next book says smooth tones, because I realized my goal is to make connectivity as you move around the instrument in long arpeggiated notes, or relatively long, smooth, just by ear and by feel and relaxation. And my goal was not to keep the mouthpiece on my face for a super long time when I'm warming up, because I think that actually can make you a little stiff. Each individual, when they're warming up, should be aware how they feel. It's fine to stop in the middle of a warm-up routine and put the mouthpiece down, because the idea is to become fresh and flexible. The 4th part is to play some studies like the Vizzutti technical studies, which are an idea that outgrow from Clark technical studies. The ones that you enjoy playing and work for you. Try some difficult keys. Eventually, there's no hurry. You have a lifetime to play through these things. And get flow going as the notes are moving along in a smooth way. And by then, 15 to 20 minutes, you should have a consistent, nice feel going and a routine that suits you. If someone listening to us, me describe this, has a warm-up or part of a warm-up that they really enjoy and makes them feel good, I'm all for it. That's what you need to find. The materials from whatever book or information or teacher actually makes you feel fresh and responsive and ready to play softly and loudly and smoothly. That's the goal.